Hello and welcome to Geology 101 distance education version for fall of 2013. My name is Dr. Scott Nowicki and I will be instructing this course. The way that I would like to start this off is to simply go through the syllabus and give you a brief explanation of what you can expect throughout the term and what I expect from you. So to begin with, there's me. I'm Dr. Scott Nowicki. I've been teaching in the geoscience department for 6 years now. My office is in Liliefong Geoscience, number 204AB. If you want to get a hold of me, you'll probably either give me a call or send me an email via Web Campus. That number that is listed is not actually my office number. It's actually a special number that will call both my phone and my computer. So either of those are totally fine with getting hold of me. The office hours that I will hold are effectively virtual and online and can be established as we get further along into the term, but really I'm available most days with some amount of scheduling. If you do need to see me in physical form, we can schedule an appointment and figure out the best time to do that. Otherwise, this entire course, both lecture and laboratory, are entirely online, and other than the physical materials that you will have, everything is virtual. The textbook that is required is Essentials of Geology by Marshak. It's 4th edition. If you find the 3rd edition or even the 2nd edition, it'll probably work fine. Most geology textbooks in the past 20 years really haven't changed a whole lot, so it's pretty flexible in terms of what textbook you actually obtain, although you should have a textbook. We do require some sort of textbook for this course. Of course, there are no prerequisites to take this class. It is a 101 class. The course is designed as an introduction to the physical characteristics and processes of the Earth. We're going to talk about the shape of the Earth, the history of the Earth, and to some degree, how people have interacted with it over time. The things that I want you to get out of this class are, first of all, to be able to identify basic minerals and rocks, and identify them in terms of context of the rock cycle, to understand the large-scale structure of the Earth, mostly having to do with plate tectonics, explain the surface processes that have shaped the landscape over geologic time, and especially those processes that might generate the landscapes that you are likely to observe. And then, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about renewable and non-renewable resources and climate change and a bit of that. The grading policy is relatively straightforward. There were 3 exams through the term. Each one is worth 15%. There's a final exam that is worth 20%. The lecture quizzes are together worth 10% of your total grade. And then the laboratory, even though the laboratory is its own separate web campus page, it is worth 25% of your 4-credit class. So 3 credits for lecture, 1 credit for lab. There are a couple of rules that we must follow. First of all, you have to pass both lecture and laboratory in order to pass the course. If you fail one or the other, you cannot get credit for just the lab, or you can't get credit just for the lecture. So you have to get at least a 60 in lecture, and the same thing for lab. You have to take the final in order to pass the course. No makeup exams, quizzes, or exercises are given without proper excuses, so this runs just like a normal course that is offered on campus. As a general overview for how this course will operate, officially this is a 4-credit course, so both lecture and lab will be occurring concurrently. You should see 2 web campus pages, one that is marked as Geology 101 1016 and the other is 1017. And you have to do, of course, all of the materials in both of these classes in order to pass. All graded materials must be completed according to a specific schedule that I will not only outline for you now, but it will be very straightforward. What you need to do are on the web campus main pages. So every assignment and assessment has specific dates assigned to it, and you should pay very close attention to those when you are working on these. The lecture content, of course, is in 1016. The lecture format is 12 unique modules, each of which contains several narrated PowerPoint presentations as well as additional materials. These are effectively released in weekly intervals, and they are due in weekly intervals. I will actually release modules 1, 2, and 3 as of week 1, so you have all the modules leading up to exam 1, and then after taking exam 1, I will release the next 3. So we'll continue that way with releasing 3 modules at a time. Each one, you have a week to actually complete it, and those assessments are due during that period of time. The quizzes are simple 10-question quizzes for each module. Quiz questions are the same types of materials that you will get on the exams as you work your way through. Now, each of these lecture exams, the 3 lecture exams that occur through the course, will occur as a function of 3 modules. So module 1, 2, and 3 will be on exam 1, module 4, 5, and 6 are on exam 2, etc. I am not a computer expert, and I'm not even a web campus expert, so I can help you out to some degree with the content and with information about the course itself. But if you're having problems running specific tools in Web Campus, probably going to the UNLV Web Campus support system is your best bet. So I will do what I can, but the reality is those guys are the experts, and they're the ones you really need to turn to if your computer is not doing what you expect it to do. The textbook, of course, is both paperback and loose leaf versions, as well as a digital version. It doesn't matter what kind you get. The standard statement that the syllabus could change, but the reality is I'm not going to change the syllabus throughout this term. So as it sits right now, that's how it's going to fly for the rest of the term. We get down to the actual class schedule, and this is where we have to start paying attention to dates. So to begin with, the class officially opens up on Monday the 26th. Module 1, 2, and 3 are all going to open on Monday the 26th. But you'll see that 1 week later, Sunday, September 1st, is when the first module quiz is due. And then module 2 is the following week, Sunday, September 8th, and then Sunday, September 15th. So you effectively have 1 week to do the first module, 2 weeks to do the second module, and 3 weeks to do the third module. So 1 week per module, and as soon as you're done with that, we will go into exam 1. I've given you actually the entire, and this is a mistake, it's actually open until Sunday, so I gave you the entire week of the 16th through the 22nd to complete exam number 1. And then modules 4, 5, and 6 will all open up on the Monday after exam 1 closes. And then again, the first week is for module 4, the second week is for module 5, and the third week is for module 6. So these are all opening up on Monday morning at midnight, and they are closing at 10 p.m. on the following Sunday. So you have 1 full week to complete all this material, and you can do it in whatever time schedule you like, any day of the week. So we'll go all the way down to the bottom, and then we have, of course, a final exam, and we only have a few days to actually schedule for the final exam. So I'm going to open it up on Sunday and run it until Wednesday night, 10 p.m. So you have 4 days in order to complete the final exam. Meanwhile, there is a lot of extra information in the syllabus that I would highly recommend you read through. It's the same materials that we include in any syllabus in any course, so I'm not going to spend any time going over that. The important thing that I want you to know is that this course is treated just like a normal course on campus. The only difference is you are not required to be in class. Assume that the amount of time that you normally would spend in class, you have to spend at least that much time simply obtaining information, reading through materials, reading through the textbook, and then spending additional time studying and looking through resources. So give this quite a number of hours per week in order to actually get through these materials and complete this course. Now, the other important key to this is that there is also this ongoing laboratory that is running on, again, this weekly schedule that coincides for the most part with the materials that we're going to be dealing with in lecture. So these are ongoing, and it's really a weekly basis that you need to check in and work on these materials. You can't do them all over a short period of time. There's actually no way to do that with the way that we have it scheduled. So pay attention to the dates both in lecture and lab, and hopefully everything will work out just fine. If you have any questions, you can send me an email through Web Campus, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy your time doing Geology 101, and looking forward to a good term.